Welcome back, college baseball fans, to another episode of ACC Central. I'm Monty Taylor, and today I'm joined by Virginia Tech infielder Ethan Gibson. Ethan, thank you so much for taking the time to join the show today.
Yes, sir. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. You are coming into your third year at Virginia Tech, and let's just get right into it. I want to start by talking about a little bit about why you chose Virginia Tech. You're kind of a local boy, Abington, Virginia. It's Southwest. I mean, it's closer to the Tennessee border, but I would definitely say that's Hokie country. What made Virginia Tech the ideal fit for you?
Yeah, so I usually tell people that where I'm from, you're either a Virginia Tech or a Tennessee fan, and I was blessed by the grace of God to be a Hokie. So I grew up loving them. Obviously close, hour and a half drive up the road. Always wanted to play here. Always grew up coming to football games, baseball games, basketball games. So from day one, me and my family have all been Virginia Tech fans. So when I got the offer, there was not really a second thought to it. I knew where I wanted to go.
Love that. Yeah, it's interesting because you are an hour and a half from Blacksburg, but the rural area there, that's close. So, some people might be surprised at that, but that's close in Southwest Virginia. But you had a big summer in the Northwoods League. Obviously, after your freshman year, you were in Charlottesville for playing for the Tom Sox in the Valley League. But this year, you were in the Northwoods League, and you had a pretty good summer up there in St. Cloud, I believe, Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Bit different, but pretty beautiful there during the summer. You had 12 extra base hits, 21 RBIs, and really kind of showcased what you can do with the bat. How was that summer experience for you?
It was awesome. I got to play in Canada, Iowa, North Dakota, and Minnesota, and I got close with a lot of the team. The coach was awesome. All the coaches were awesome. Owner was awesome. It was just a really fun summer. Kind of got back to the basics. Kind of could play free. I mean, it was every day, so there was not really a break. So just going out and having fun with the bat, getting in the box, and the main focus was hitting it on the barrel, hard, backspin with a line drive, and it worked out when I did that.
Yeah, it's not just every day, too. Those are big road trips. You just mentioned several states, and those are big states. And I think that's one of the toughest challenges of the Northwoods League versus some of the other summer leagues. Like the Valley League, you were driving maybe 2 hours, right?
Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, exactly. Whereas Northwoods, you're driving and you're playing every day. You could have played, if you had played the whole season, you only played half a season. It was still 42 games.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely reminds you why you love baseball, why you choose to do it every day. And those bus rides, they can be hard, but I mean, it's fun. It's close with a lot of the dudes. So
yeah, it's interesting because I have talked to players in the past, and you think those bus rides are terrible, but they're great bonding opportunities. I've heard really good things like playing Mafia on the bus and doing stuff like that and getting really close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, jumping into your Virginia Tech career, you got a lot of experience as a freshman. How has that helped with your development as you kind of come into your third year there? You've gotten a lot of experience over your first 2 seasons that maybe a lot of ACC players don't necessarily get in their first 2 seasons.
Just trying to learn from the older guys. Like my freshman year had a lot of great dudes to look up to, and sophomore year I did too. And just trying to watch how they do things, especially guys that are drafted, like DeMartini and Chick, all those guys. Like they were just awesome to watch and kind of be around and see how they handle their day-to-day business. And talking to guys like Gavin Cross that come back and figuring out like what he does to make him successful, how I can kind of do the same thing in my own way. Just really watching what winners do and trying to do it as best I can and just always being a student of the game because I feel like I learn something new every time I come to the field. So,
absolutely. I love that. Carson DeMartini, fantastic player. He was a lot of fun to watch. Oh, yeah. And you've got a lot of guys that you've gotten to, come back with, which is really cool as well. I mean, we were hoping they'd get drafted. They're back this year. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but you also play a variety of positions. I mean, you had to play first base a little bit as a freshman when Garrett Michelle went down, and you second, short. I can't remember if you've played third, but I imagine you're able to play third. So, what's it like with that defensive versatility?
It really just comes down to where I'm at in practice. So obviously coaches do a great job moving us all around. Like there's never really a time where you get put in the game and you're like, I'm uncomfortable here because we cover it all. All the infielders bounce around, but really comes down to pregame and just figuring out the field, the surface, like kind of play every position a different way. So then once again, watching the guys that have played there longer than me, figuring out what they do, talking to them, guys like Clay. I mean, we talk every day about defensive stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. That seems to be part of your biggest value is what you can do versatility wise. I'm sure if they threw you out in the outfield, you could probably figure it out there too, and that makes you kind of valuable. But you're looking to kind of have a breakout season with the bat. What kind of adjustments have you made there? Obviously, whatever you did in the summer looked like it worked pretty well. How are you carrying that over into the season?
Honestly, the biggest thing for me was simplicity and repeatability. And that was something I went into the summer with. Kind of changed little things as I was getting up there. I was home for a couple of days, just working with dad, because that seems to always help. When I just go home, I'm like, Dad, we got to go back to the drawing board here. Shortening everything up, keeping my hands in an easily repeatable place, and just making the swing as simple as I can possibly make it while still maintaining power and being able to hit for power. But having those at bats every day really was what I think got me to where I was this fall.
Absolutely, I love that. Talking a little bit about the coaching staff, what's it like playing for Coach Chef? He's a unique character. I know players love him, but talk to me a little bit about playing for Coach Chef.
I love it. It's a old school mentality, obviously blue collar here, lunch pail. He reminds me a lot of my high school coach. So obviously, grown up playing around a lot of guys like him, but love playing for Coach Chef. Great coach, obviously knows baseball, been around the game a lot, has a lot of wins under his belt. He's seen a lot. So he's always there to kind of give you that wisdom you need. But it's awesome to play behind a guy like that, and really all the coaches.
Somebody I wanted to also mention is Kurt Elbin, who I think's one of the more underrated coaches in the country. I mean, you guys are hitting the crap out of the ball every single year, and not enough people seem to talk about Kurt Elbin. Talk to me a little bit about him as a coach and what he brings to the table.
Yeah, I tell people all the time he's the best hitting coach in the country, and I'll believe that till I die. Always growing, always learning, like always there to help you. And there's never a time you come to him and he's like, I'm not real sure. Like he always has an answer and it always works. And like constantly getting training bats in, constantly looking at blast metrics, like putting in the extra hours, sending us our hitting reports. Like there's just so much that goes unseen, like when we're off the field, that just really all the coaches do such a phenomenal job. And it's awesome to play here at a spot that stuff gets taken care of.
Absolutely, and again, like I feel like he should be talked about more with what you guys have done offensively over the last few years. It's unbelievable, and he seems to be somebody like in bigger programs. Maybe they talk about that more, but it seems to get a little bit overlooked. I'm glad that we're able to kind of highlight him a little bit. Talking about, as you guys have wrapped up the fall, how are the vibes as you guys are heading into the winter break?
They're awesome. Just mainly right now, getting as strong as we can, getting our bodies right, gaining weight. A really close team this year. And I know like the rosters are kind of shorter, but everyone's very close. Like it's a fun dynamic to have. Everybody plays together. We're always hanging out. It genuinely is a brotherhood. So
love that. We mentioned earlier you brought back some key guys, Clay Grady, Henry Cook, among others. And you brought in a slew of pitching reinforcements, which also includes Griffin Stieg, who is back, which is a big one. And you expect a big jump in performance. I know you guys have gotten off to some good starts, but then kind of faded towards the end of the season in your first 2 years. You guys feel like you guys have finally got the depth that you need to kind of complete the season?
I do. I think the off season was good, and I think that got a lot of pieces we needed. The arms look phenomenal this year. They all looked really good. We can see them working hard, and the new pitching staff rotation and everything like that, and just seeing new guys hop up there and seeing our hitters compete. Like it seems to be a lot deeper of a team, and it seems to have a lot more depth on the mound, which is awesome. So those guys, yeah, they look good.
Yeah, I love that. Trying to figure out what you guys might do with a lineup, it has been kind of a challenge on my end. You've brought in some new transfers. You got Sam Grube, Pete Daniel, who I heard is a defensive wizard at short, Sam Gates from George Washington, Owen Petrich, Aiden Robertson, who was drafted and ultimately made it to campus. Is there any of those new faces that have really stood out to you even more than you might have thought? I mean, I'm sure everyone's looked really good, but is there anyone who's really stood out to you?
I mean, they all stood out. Obviously, they're all here for a reason, but they all proved, that they can be here, they can be with us, and they came in, and it wasn't like they were strangers. We got to know each other, and then it clicked. So that dynamic, spending as much time as we do with the hitters and the infielders, it's awesome. And then I live with Aiden Robertson, so I've got to know him pretty well too. But yeah, the whole team really came in this fall, took care of business. It was really good. It was really fun. So it seemed like it flew by. But
yeah, absolutely. You got a big recruiting class as well. I mean, Ethan Ball, Ethan Grimm. Have you gotten to face Ethan Grimm at all? I mean, he's supposed to be a really polished freshman pitcher. How's he looked?
Looks really good. Got really good stuff, obviously. Deep freshman class. Like, those boys can play. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see our finished product and see like where we are come springtime.
Absolutely, and you guys got a pretty fun schedule out of the gate. Obviously, you've got a nice little home opener to kind of get ready, but then within a couple of weeks, you've got some big games. You know, going to Texas to face off against the likes of Mississippi State and teams like that. How excited are you for that kind of an opportunity, for that showcase?
I'm pumped. Like, I'm really excited for that. Obviously, play the best opponents you can play, and you want to see how you line up against them. And I think the schedule this year will be a challenge, but I think it's going to be fun. And I think we're all up for the challenge. We're all ready to compete. And at the end of the day, we want to go out there and we want to win. So
absolutely, and a lot of people will have eyes on that and get to see how good you guys are early on. Who on the team do you think has the best chance to have a breakout season in the spring?
that's a good question. I think there's a plethora of guys. And really, I think some people may get overlooked, and I think that they're just going to continue to prove other people wrong. And I think it's going to be a really good season for the whole team, for everyone that touches the field. I really think that the work we've put in, the work that the coaches have put in, have really put us in a good spot to go home for Thanksgiving and come back and be ready to go by the springtime.
What excites you the most?
Opening day. That's what I can't get my mind off of. I'm excited for it. Ready to get back out there and playing. So we haven't been off the field that long, but I miss the games and miss competing.
Yeah, it's funny. I can't wait for fall ball. I get all excited. Fall ball's back, and then it shuts down, and I'm like, well, now what do I do? Because now I'm just basically trying to project y'all's lineups and talk about you guys for 4 months or 3 months. But is there anything in particular that you've been looking to improve, that you were looking to improve during fall camp? I know we've kind of touched on it a little bit, but is there anything that you've in particular?
Just consistency, staying steady defensively, offensively, hitting the pitches that I should hit, not missing the ones I should miss, staying in the zone. Like, swinging strikes, you take balls, you're usually pretty good. So the more I can simplify the game for me, the better off it seems to work.
All right, let's jump into some fun ones now. We've got some superlatives, talking about some of your teammates. Who on the roster right now is the team class clown?
Class clown? I have to say CJ Oxendine. He makes us laugh like nobody else. Man, he's funny. So he's fun to be around. Yeah, oh yeah. I love him, dude.
Love that. Love that. Not afraid to come in and show off his personality early, huh?
No, he's awesome.
How about a glue guy?
A glue guy. Oh, there's a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
This one that kind of comes to mind is Groob. Like, especially for the infielders, man. Like, I just feel like we're all in there together. He's always there. Like, everybody's always cracking jokes, making jokes, having a good time. But
love that. All right. I mean, you've got another plethora of options here. The team leader. I mean, you've got a good group there. Of guys that have been there a couple of years.
And usually you'll rely on the guys that have been there, but a lot of transfers that came in and showed that. So like Clay Cook, myself, and then some of the transfers that have seen college baseball. It's just kind of a lead by example, not really, what you're saying, but your actions is kind of the team, I think, what they're going for here.
All right, here's another one, team nerd. I mean, and you can take this either way. This can be, they're nerdy in terms of what, their hobbies and stuff like that, or academic. It's whichever you want to go, but it's not an insult because it's cool now.
Yeah, it is. So. No. People call me that. I ain't ever been called that. Now my buddy Brzezinski, I think he's probably the smartest one. Yep. He's smart. Yeah, I like giving him a hard time for that.
All right, how about best dressed?
Best dressed. I don't know. That's a good question. I know Clay's up there. Clay or Sam Gates?
Love that.
Clay Grady or Sam Gates. Yeah, they usually.
All right, last one. Best hair.
Best hair. Damn. I can't really say mine because I got a mullet going on.
I mean,
the mud flap. People
There you
do.
go.
That's a good question. I know the ball's got some good hair,
Love that.
but
All right. What's the local food staples? Where are you hitting up to get some food?
oh my gosh. So my favorite place is Elrod's. I go Elrod's and Panda almost every day. That's how I keep my weight up. And then at home, just cooking deer.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Roanoke College, and so there's an Elrod's in Salem as well. So I'm very familiar with the Mexican restaurant El Rodeo's.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
love that. Love that answer. Who was the toughest pitcher that you faced in the conference over the last 2 years?
I think I'd probably have to go with Jamie Arnold there. He got pretty good stuff, obviously, picked
Yeah.
up this year. Could throw it well. Good arm.
Yeah. That low slot from the left side's tough, and you know, being able to throw 3 pitches as he did last year, because I think his first year he relied on just the fastball slider and then brought in the changeup last year. But let's talk about your game day routine. Do you have any what do you do on a typical game day, and do you have any superstitions or maybe more routines that you have to do before you take the field?
Yeah, I'm big into routines. So like the most important thing for me is my faith. I know that I wouldn't be here without God, and so I always try to give him the glory. I try to get in the word a little bit and just be in his presence, whether it's through worship, reading the Bible, or just praying. Just before I get to the field, I'll do that. And then I usually go Panda, double orange chicken and fried rice. I get that, come to the field, do my tees and shorts, do my med balls, everything in shorts, put the pants on, do flips, and then I'm into the pregame. But it's usually the same time and everything. Kind of developed that routine this fall and a little bit this summer toward the back end.
Love that. The Panda orange chicken. The first time I had Panda, I think I got the broccoli beef, and this is years ago. And I was like, it had been sitting a while, and I was like, people love Panda, but then I got the orange chicken, and I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I went in there today, and the dude, like they know me now, so I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Love that. I'll take the usual. Are you more of like a laid back kind of guy when the game's going on, or are you laser focused all business?
I think it kind of depends. I usually have a lot of energy. I mean, I'm almost like I got a lot of caffeine in me sometimes too, but I'm usually just kind of bouncing all over the place. I'm usually focused, but I'm bouncing, ready to go.
Yeah. Love that. Have you figured out your walk up music for the year yet?
I've been kind of I love going with old country. This summer I use What This World Needs is a few more rednecks. I don't know. I may go with Long Haired Country Boy by Charlie Daniels Band, or I may go with Mean Old Son. But
love that. We'll be looking forward to seeing what you ultimately go with. I'm going to laugh when it comes up and you figured out a completely different choice by the time.
Only thing I'll say is it's probably going to be country.
There you go. There you go. Favorite MLB players to emulate or watch?
Oh, my favorite one growing up was always Dustin Pedroia. And that's how I was like never that big. I was pretty small. So watching him growing up, I know he's retired now and he doesn't play, but I'll still go on YouTube. I'll watch his highlights, like watch his swings. Like that has always kind of been my guy.
Absolutely. I mean, so you grew up in an area where there's not really an allegiance to a Major League Baseball team. Were you a Red Sox fan?
I was, yeah. So the night I was born was the night in 2004 that they came back and beat the Yankees on Game 4, and then they went on to win the World Series. So I was like, my dad always says I was born into baseball.
Yeah, that's that'll do it. That's fate. I mean, you have to be a Red Sox fan after that.
Oh yeah.
Last one, the favorite ACC ballpark besides your own.
Oh man, that's a good question.
And it's always interesting to see what guys go with, because it's like some guys just pick what they like to hit in, and some guys like the atmosphere. So,
trying to think. I liked hitting at Wake Forest.
Yeah,
I'd probably go there. I liked hitting there.
Their atmosphere is pretty good, but that ball flies out of there, man.
Yeah.
I was at a fall game. It was still pretty chilly, and I was like, man, that ball is flying still. So, the couch, absolutely, that's a good one. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Ethan, do you have anything else you want to share before we let the audience go?
I think that's all good.
You are awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll be back in a couple of days with another episode, another interview. But until then, go Hokies.
Sure.